So this was up here. This came off with it, which goes in there. Okay, so I'll just take you through a quick rundown of what's happened so far. Here I have my Plasti dip. I bought it from Autobahn, pretty expensive. It's $30 a can. Here I have my front windshield from my R15. I've cleaned the inside with some wax and grease remover because I'm going to spray it on the inside, not on the outside, because I want the inside to be matte and the outside to retain that glossy finish so it looks like it's tinted. So I've got that cleaned and I'm just waiting for the residue. Well, if there is any residue from the wax and grease remover, I don't think it leaves any residue, to dry. Now, according to the can directions, say I should shake it for a minute. So let's start that minute. Oh yeah. I think a few videos of this, and it's pretty well when you're on the inside. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I've just put some tape down this area here, just down here, where the screws and stuff go in, so that obviously I don't want a really thick coat of Plasti dip over it and making it unable to slot back in nicely. So I've just done that to make sure no Plasti dip goes. So that's about a minute. That should be good enough, I hope. Let's have a look at what this comes out like. Okay, let's give it a crack. Now the guy at Autobahn told me to put it on really heavy and do lots of coats so that it's easy to peel off if I need to peel it off. I would say that's a pretty good first coat. This stuff has a really interesting smell. That's my comment about this. So I'm just going to put this down on my bike and just let that dry for about half an hour like it suggests to on the packet, and I'll be back in half an hour to put on some more stuff. So we'll tell Siri. Siri, start a countdown for half an hour.
Okay, 30 minutes and counting.
Cheers, Dal. She's such a fucking sweetheart, always helping out. So I'll be back in half an hour, put on some more coats. See you guys then. I was just walking around my bike, having a look at other things that I'd like to Plasti dip, because I mean, why have silver bits when you can have black bits? And everyone knows black is cooler. So I was looking at this, which then made me look at my exhaust. I've seen people use it on exhaust. I've given, oh fuck, a leaf fell on it. I've given this 3 coats, and see if I can flip it around. This is what that looks like now. So I mean, you can imagine that on the bike. That's going to look really cool. And I'll Plasti dip this. Now, if you've ever killed an ant, like as a child, with your bare hands, I'm sure you would be familiar with the smell of dead ants. That is the best way I would describe the smell of Plasti dip. Dead ants. So I've just put the exhaust tip back on. And that is looking tidy. I'm about to do the 4th and final coat on this. And hopefully the 4th and final coat will fix all that stuff. Notice that in here hasn't been hit, so put that down. I think that'll do that. That's pretty thick. Now with the leftover paint, I will be doing this part here. First layer done. Here's what we've got, finished result. We've got 2 coats on the front, 1 coat on the back. Okay, so that was the finished result of the Plasti dip on the exhaust tip, the footrest guards, I would call them, and also on the front windshield. Just editing it up now, getting it ready for YouTube. Yeah, for anyone that's thinking about doing this, I highly recommend it to pretty much any application. It was super easy. It just sprayed on so simply, super thick layers. And if you fuck up, you can just peel it off. Yeah, I think the end result was really cool. And, thanks for watching.